Top 5 sayings to show mild disappointment in something that happens. And I guess it could technically be a way to express major disappointment if you want. But generally, these kind of fall into that minor disappointment category. And I got 5 of them. So let's go ahead and start with number 5. That bites. That, to me, feels like a classic. You know, it's not the end of the world kind of thing, but it's kind of like you go to the auto mechanic and the guy's like, and you went in, you took it in, and you thought you only needed new brake pads. And I don't want to hear from anybody who tells me you should just change your own fucking brakes. I ain't got time for that. But you go to the mechanic and they're like, you don't just need, you need the whole thing needs to be replaced. And you're like, oh, that bites. You know, like it's not the end of the world, but it bites. Number 4, crap on a cracker. I don't know if it's just me being childish and like in a poop joke, but sometimes when you just get told some bad news, it just kind of pops in your head and you're just like, man, that's some real crap on a cracker right there. This sucks. And I feel like that's just a good one. You know, you don't hear it a ton, but I think it's up there in the lexicon. I think that's up there. It's up there with ones that should be said. Number 3 is one from my youth that just kind of stuck with me throughout my whole life. So this one's kind of personal to me, but number 3 is Lord love a duck. This one, my grandma, this is where I got this one from. And it has stuck with me my entire life. And sometimes when I just like hear something that just kind of makes me go, or oh, and I catch myself sometimes just going, Lord love a duck. Or when my kids come home and they, you know, something didn't quite go right with a school assignment, or they got caught being lazy. It's just like, Lord love a duck. You guys gonna get this together. And that one, and I even like did some research on this, like from a movie. There was a movie called Lord Love a Duck. I didn't know that. The only reason why I hesitated putting it on this list is because I didn't know if anybody had ever heard of it before in their life. But then when I found out it actually is just a legit saying that means like, oh, I was like, well, then it's on. Lord Love a Duck was number 3. Number 2, fiddlesticks. This one came from one of our users, Nog. One of our community members mentioned this one, and that one just really connected with me. I love fiddlesticks. You know, this one of all these is probably the only one you can really use only in really minor situations, like the most minor of situations. Like what kind of popped in my brain for this is you're playing Yahtzee and you got 4 threes in the middle, and you got that one dice left in your cup, and you're like, I need this Yahtzee. Let's go. You're like, I'm riding the lightning. I'm not going for 4 of a kind. And you spit that thing out, and you get a 2, and you just go fiddlesticks. Oh, fiddlesticks. Like that is the perfect like game night expression for a minor inconvenience. And the number 1 expression to display minor inconvenience with something is our favorite, rats. Rats. We've been working this one for years. I want it to be something that people say all the time. I wouldn't even mind if this one graduates from being something you say for a minor inconvenience all the way up to the most major of inconvenience. We gotta put Joe on a ventilator. Rats. Or it's like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Rats. Or you're just playing screw your neighbor with your friends, and you slide them a jack, and they slide you a queen, and you're like, rats. That's what it is. It's the coolest of all the sayings for a minor inconvenience. There's one. Doc says you got a couple weeks left. Rats. I'm telling you, I love rats. It's my number one saying for a minor, possibly major inconvenience. Oh my goodness, I love it. There you go. There's your top 5 for this week. Minor inconveniences. Don't hesitate to let me know your favorite minor inconvenience in the chat, because there's way more than just those 5. But hey, it's my list. You don't like it, make your own. There we go. That's the top 5.